Hi team, I'm Professor Blowers, and I'm really excited to teach you PowerPoint, Word, and Microsoft Excel. By the way, Happy New Year's. I just wanted to show you around our course so you can navigate, as this course is going to be taught asynchronously. So why don't we start on Canvas? This is our class right here. You can access it by clicking on Courses and start up on the Home tab. These are all modules. So what you need to do first is be sure to download the syllabus, the course calendar, the MyLab registration PDF right here, these three PDFs, and also the 161 student data files. I'll review what we're going to be going over this quarter, and I'll start on the course calendar. And as I scroll down, this is our Canvas course calendar right here, and you'll notice that you do have a couple items that are due this weekend. We'll get to that in a moment, but usually we'll just have 4 assignments every single week. And we follow a pretty standard, pretty organized weekly schedule. So as you know, I understand that you're all busy. You got a lot going on. And so here's the course calendar that you can download from the top right here. So go ahead and click this, and you can pause this video and follow along if I'm moving too quickly. So download the course calendar, and that matches the course calendar. You'll see PowerPoint chapter 1, 2, 3. That'll match us with our course calendar right here as I zoom in. So this weekend, the only things that you have due, I believe, are going to be a quick discussion. I'd like to get to know you all. And there's a quiz on Windows 10. Now, all of this is open note, open book. Feel free to use your resources, all right? Just don't lean on anybody else for this quiz. It's a quiz for you to show me what you know. And so again, we'll start at the top of the page, and you'll see Windows 10 and Office quiz, as well as a discussion to introduce yourself, all right? And I'll show you where to find that in just a moment, but let's review the course in general. So have a look at this course calendar and be sure to add this to your own personal calendars. So we're going to cover 3 chapters of each program. So PowerPoint, chapter 1, 2, and 3. And if you're wondering, where's the e-text? It's on MyLab IT. All right, I'll get to that in just a little bit. We have 2 course sites. One is Canvas, where you'll upload the A and the B projects, unless you do the simulations. And then there's MyLab IT, which should look like, let's see here, there's the course home. So when you're finally logged into MyLab IT, and you can do a 14-day trial, ask me about that, and I can show you in a later video how to get the 14-day trial. But go ahead, this is BTS 161, winter 2022. And it takes a little bit to load. First thing you'll want to do, that's our e-text right here. MyLab IT for Office 2019 Go series. This is also on our syllabus. First thing you want to do when you get into MyLab IT is to click on Course Materials. And you'll notice how this matches up with our calendar, which matches up with Canvas. So while that waits to load, you'll get used to this. Oh, there we go. So look right here. There's an e-text for PowerPoint, an e-text for Word, and an e-text for Excel, right? And so 1, 2, 3 on PowerPoint, 3 on Word, 3 on Excel. At the very bottom here, if you're like me and prefer to work with a hard copy, an actual physical copy, you may purchase that directly from Pearson. You can't get it from our bookstore, but if you follow this link, you should be able to access that from Pearson. Okay, so first order of business, well, hey, you got some things going on this week. Well, I labeled it right here, week 1 work. This again is MyLab IT. And that'll be your Windows 10 and Office quiz. The discussion you'll do right here on Canvas. So bear with me as I kind of click around. Hey. Yeah, so here you go. So this is the e-text. If you, if you have been using, if you're a digital native, if you've been using computers or Windows for some time, feel free to just give it a shot. But there's resources in here, PowerPoints, videos, as well as other resources in addition to the e-text right here to help you study for this quiz. When you're done with the quiz, you don't really need to do anything on Canvas. I typically get my grading done Sunday or Monday. I would count on Monday. Our deadlines, by the way, be sure to mark this. Our deadlines are Saturday night at midnight. And it could be, every so often, it's midnight Eastern Standard Time, so we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So anyways, so that's chapter 1. I'm sorry, that's not even chapter 1 yet. That's the Office and Windows 10 portion of the class. And as we scroll down, PowerPoint Chapter 1, there's 4 typical assignments here. You've got the A project, the B project, which are done via the book, or you can do the simulation. My recommendation is to do the projects from the book by using these student data files right here, so you can actually use PowerPoint, Word, and Excel instead of a simulation of it, right? I'll show you how to do those simulations, though some students prefer those also. So let me think what I might be leaving out. You also, on the Bellevue College website, you should be able to download all of these Office programs. And so ITS, Bellevue College should be able to help you out with that. But if you run into any trouble, just let me know. It should be in the download center at the college. So, okay, A and B. So, okay, January 15th, everything is due Saturday. What do we do for our first assignment? Well, we get logged on to My Lab IT, click on course materials, which is where just about everything lives. And bear with me a moment or 2 or 3. Here we are. So what you'll do is you'll click into PowerPoint Chapter 1. And here's everything you have assigned. These are the simulations that I'm talking about. And they're carbon copies. The A and the B are carbon copies of doing these projects from the book, right? So if you access the book, and that was at the very top of the page I just showed you on the previous page. Let's see if it's still right here. No, it'll look like that. But it's the Go Series 2019 with PowerPoint at the very top of our course materials. And this is what the book looks like. So the first one, there's a table of contents over here. You can collapse it. You can open it back up, just checking to see if the video is recording. We're in business. Trying to keep this short and sweet, but also give you as much information as possible that you can refer back to, because it does take a little time to get used to all this different software. So the e-text will tell you, here's what we're up to. So the first project, you'll create a new presentation, edit it, add pictures, and print it. Here's your objectives. And I don't know what kind of whale that is. Is it a humpback? So it'll tell you what we're doing in this chapter. There's also a video that should be able to help you out. But the first project is called Company Overview Presentation. So as you scroll down, it says, let me see here. Bear with me a second. You need these files. What you do is you scroll down to 4 My Lab IT submissions. And this all starts on page 104 in the e-text, all right? As I scroll down, you need KWT Overview, PO1A Bay, and PO1A Glacier. You get these files from right here. These are the student data files. You'll have to download them and extract or unzip them from your computer to access them. So for Chapter 1, doing these, it's a project-based class. All right, so project-based learning is a great way for you to get more hands-on with the software that we're going to be learning. And so if this is a bit much, or I'm making a decision now, if you do, no, we'll get to that later. Like I said, these are the carbon copies with these simulation trainings. So if you do the simulation trainings, I'll go ahead and click here. It's kind of like putting together IKEA furniture, all right? And you might be growing like, oh my goodness, like it essentially is like, first you click this, and then afterwards enter in this data, then import the picture, right? It's step by step by step in the book. If you do the simulation, instead of doing the project using these files right here, you need to take a screenshot or screen snip of your work and upload it to, actually regardless, no matter what, you need to upload something to the A and the B shells here on Canvas. So if you go ahead and click on in here, it'll tell you, starts on page 104. Deadline is 9 p.m. every Saturday. If it takes you, I'm not going to be grading at that time. So if you need to take some, it'll mark you late if it's after 9 p.m. But don't worry, I can override it if by Sunday morning, when I typically try to do grades, you submit it late. Don't worry about it. Just send me an email. Let me know what happened. I'll override it, and it's all good. Generally, I only allow 2 late assignments to be turned in per quarter, but given these times, these days, I totally understand if there's anything that comes up. Just please communicate and be patient with me as I return your emails. So, okay, 1A starts on page 104. When you're done with it, you need to upload you need to upload something for project A and B to Canvas in order to get the credit for it. Whether that is your actual PowerPoint, your .pptx file, or a screenshot of the simulation, which looks like this. All right, so here's your steps. It'll tell you on the right, click this view, create to blah 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 blah. Okay. You have 5 attempts before it opens up a learning mode. And so I'll show you different tricks for the simulation, but I don't want to encourage it too much yet. You can definitely do both if you run into trouble with doing it by the books. The simulation's kind of like putting training wheels on a bike, for example, and doing it by the book is like taking the training wheels off. So here's the simulation. Here's the project. If you do it by the book, upload your PowerPoint file, or in the future, your Word and Excel file to here, and we should be set. The same goes for the B projects, all right? So 1A starts right here. As you scroll down on the table of contents there, click on this to see where project 1B is, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. There's videos. Hey, Seattle. And you need these files right here for project 1B, which again, you find those files right here in 161 student data files zip. All right. Now that I'm remembering, the 14-day trial, if you don't have, you need 2 things. You need my instructor ID, which is this here, blowersjr.number, 63561. Sorry, my eyes are failing me. And you also need an access code, right? And that's the e-text, and that's our book, which is listed, should be listed on the Bellevue College bookstore, but you can purchase it directly from Pearson as well. But if you need to buy some time, you can get a 14-day trial, and as soon as you get that access code, again, you need my code, which is this, and an access code, which you get after you purchase the book. Then you'll have full access to our class, and you'll be able to see, let me go to main menu, and my courses. Now you'll see all my other courses I'm teaching. You'll just see this BTS 161, and it'll tell you at the bottom how many days of your free trial that you have left, but you can still have access to everything you need, and no sweat, no worries. So I'm in course materials. E-text is, I'm sorry, that's the simulation. Here's the e-text. As for the quizzes, that's right here, and you click it. For the quiz and the grader, you don't need to do anything on Canvas. Again, we can leave this site. For the quiz and for the grader, there's no need to do anything other than complete the work on My Lab IT. So here's the first quiz. All right. Have a glance. You're welcome to work ahead too, by the way. Everything's available on demand. So if you have other classes and you have downtime and you want to knock out a lot of work, then totally feel free to work ahead. Now, I will do my grading in accordance to the calendar. So if you work ahead, please be patient until the whole class gets to that point for me to grade it. But yeah, you're welcome to work ahead. Wonder if you heard that rooster behind me. There's a ton of them around here. So got the A, got the B, there's the quiz. Quiz is taken right here. Should have 3 attempts at the quiz, and you should have 3 attempts at the, it's called the grader. Okay, the grader assignment, 1G Northern Lights. Now this is an important one. It's worth 30 points. So let's see here, chapter 1 grader. What's happening here? We're cool. The grader assignment is like, okay, so you've taken the training wheels off of your bike, and now you're riding the bike, but you want to get, say, a mountain bike, one a bit more. It's a bit more of a challenge, right? The grader, it takes away a lot of the first click this and then do that. It assumes that you've already done it. So the order to do these projects should be the A, then the B, then the quiz, then the grader. All due Saturday night. All right. The grader assignment, and this will be the same every week. You download the materials, and here's all the materials, and download all the files. You will use all of these. And then what you do is you'll work on there's a Word document that'll tell you all the steps, usually between 15 and 22 steps, for instance. It'll tell you the steps to do. You work on it on your own computer. When you're done, you have to choose your file and upload your finished project. You've got to upload your finished project right to here. And the cool thing is, once you've submitted it, My Lab IT will give you a grade. It'll give you a grade so that, so that you get immediate feedback, right? And so you also get 3 attempts. It'll tell you, okay, you did this, and that wrong. And so you can go back make the edits, resubmit, and anything above a 90% on a grader is going to be worth 30 out of 30, all right? So that's generally it for the first week. I'm trying to, excuse you, trying to see if there's anything else. Grader's definitely the toughest one. There's no midterm. There's no final. Okay? That's really about it. It's a really great program. It's a really fun class. I've been teaching it for years. There's your student data files. Here is the MyLab registration. Here you go. This is how you get the 14-day trial right here. So you have to download this and follow the instructions here. And again, MyLab IT registration instructions are right there. So click that. That'll open up this page. If you don't have your access code yet, get into the class as soon as possible. Get temporary access so you can start working on these things while the access code arrives. Besides that, I think that just about does it for me. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. The first week is always extremely busy. I try to get back to folks within 48 hours. I will try to get back to all of you sooner than that. But again, please be patient with me and each other, and communicate with professional business language, and have fun with it. These programs are fun, and they are really helpful in the business world, and especially for a career in business technology. So without any further ado, I will say adieu, adios, auf Wiedersehen. And if you speak any other languages, go ahead and teach me how to say goodbye in your language. And I'd love to get to know you, all of you. So that's it. That's my class, and I'm looking forward to being your professor. Again, I go by Professor Blowers, and we'll be in touch. Ciao.